talking about is come and see me for once. Come and see me for once. You don't ever come to me.
Like dry.
You don't ever come to
Like very dry.
Hey guys, so today I wanted to do a quick review on this Elf Moisturizing Foundation. It's a foundation stick. I've been wearing this for about a month. I've been trying it out for a month already. I just wanted to sit down and just talk about just my thoughts on this foundation and if it worked for me. So I want to start off by saying that my skin type is dry, or very, very dry. I have very dry skin.
I have very dry skin.
So I've never really tried, well actually I've never tried stick foundations, but this is actually the first stick foundation that I've tried so far. And it claims to be a moisturizing foundation, so I wanted to give it a try because I've never tried stick foundations before. This foundation is, it's by Elf, obviously. It's only $6, and I got mine on the Elf website. Recently I went back on the Elf website and I couldn't find it on there, so I don't know if they don't carry it on their website anymore, I'm not sure. But I know Ulta still has it on their website. So this stick foundation is only 0.49 ounces, so it's not as, and 14 grams. It's not a 1 ounce like most liquid foundations are. I'm guessing that's because it is a stick foundation, so it's not liquid, it's cream. There's less product, I don't know. I have my notes here. The ingredients, because it is a moisturizing foundation, I read on the ingredients list that it had shea butter, avocado oil, grapeseed oil, and aloe. Ingredients that would moisturize your skin. So because I have very dry skin, I wanted to see how well this moisturized. Now, the pros that I have, I like the coverage. I think it has medium to full coverage, and it's easy to blend. I prefer to use a beauty blender to blend it out. I prefer to use a beauty blender to blend it out over a brush, but I feel like with using a beauty blender, it helps it look a lot natural than a brush. You have like the brush strokes. So yeah, I like using it with a beauty blender. Once you put it on the skin, it doesn't really take a long time to set. It's not sticky or anything. I'm wearing it today, just on my cheeks mainly. So yeah, I don't know if that's just because I have dry skin, but as soon as I put it on, I don't feel like it's sticky or anything. It sets pretty quickly, so that's another pro. And of course, the price. I like that it's affordable. It's only $6. Of course, I had a hard time finding it in stores, but
It's $6 everywhere. Unless you buy it online, then you have to pay shipping.
Then you have to pay shipping, but I like that it's affordable. For the cons, the first con was that it accentuates my dry spots. Well, a lot of foundations accentuate my dry spots because I have very dry skin, but this also, even though it was moisturizing foundation, it still accentuated my dry spots, but I expected that because my skin is very dry. But even though it did accentuate my dry spots, it didn't feel dry. I don't know how to explain it. Usually my skin feels rough, even when I'm not wearing makeup. It feels very rough and
dry. Very dry.
But with the foundation on, it didn't even feel dry. It felt moisturized, but the only thing is that when I looked in the mirror, that's when you can see the dry patches on my forehead especially, and around my nose and my chin, and my cheeks, my cheekbones are very dry right here, so I had dry patches. Yeah, that was one of the cons because I didn't layer too much on, but it looked cakey even though I had the the thinnest layer I possibly could. If you have very dry skin, you might want to exfoliate and really moisturize your skin before using this. It is a stick foundation, so they're a lot more cakey. Oh, sorry. So they're a lot more cakey than liquid foundations, but I can only speak for myself, which I have dry skin, so I don't know how it would last on people with oily skin and normal skin. But I do think that the coverage lasts, for me, like maybe 4 to 6 hours if I'm not like rubbing my face.
Or like sometimes, because I'm not used to wearing foundation all the time, so sometimes I'm like I scratch my face and then I have foundation underneath my nails.
Another con for me is that it has a lot of fuzzies on the surface of it, like a lot of lint. Every time I'm about to apply it, I see all this lint on it, and I always have to like wipe it on my hand, but it still has lint stuck to it. So that's what I don't like. I don't know if it picks it up from my face,
but I just don't like how that stuff builds up on the surface of it. I always have to wipe it on my hand before I apply it to my face.
They only have 3 shades that I know of. They only have like ivory, natural, and nude. And that's the only shades that I've seen on the Ulta website. On the Elf website, this was the only shade I saw, nude. And now I couldn't even find it on the website when I went on. But Ulta, they only have 3 shades. I've never seen it in stores, so I don't know if they have more in stores. I think they should really come out with more shades, because 3 is not enough shades. But I really like the finish of it. It is moisturizing, but at the same time, I really have to prep my skin before applying it. It's not going to be like a dewy foundation at all. And it has medium to full coverage, so I like that. So I am going to show you guys some of the things that I do to prep my skin before foundation.
I wonder if my neighbors can see me. It'd be embarrassing. Oh my god. What kind of knot is this?
Okay, so here I'm taking my exfoliator, and I'm using that to exfoliate only the right side of my face. I'm going to be comparing the left and right side of my face. Now here I'm just taking my coconut oil that I have in my Clinique container, and I'm going to use this to really moisturize my face before foundation. Then I took my moisturizer and applied that after the coconut oil. Now the right side of my face is the only side I'm really moisturizing, but for the left side of my face, I'm just going to put on the moisturizer without exfoliating or any coconut oil. Here I just took my Too Faced Hangover Coconut Primer and applied that just to the right side of my face. Then I took the foundation, and on the left side of my face, I glided the product on. And using my Real Techniques sponge, I blended it all out. For the right side of my face, I just lightly dabbed the foundation on, and because I didn't want to put too much. And I blended that as well with my Real Techniques sponge. Now this is my left side where I only had the moisturizer, and I feel like you can already see the texture on my skin. Now on the right side where I really exfoliated and moisturized, it looked a lot more hydrated and not a lot of texture was shown. Then to really hydrate my face, I took my rose water spray and applied that only on my right side. So this was me 4 hours later, and I do feel like the right side of my face was still a lot more hydrated. It didn't feel rough, and there was no dry patches, but on the left side, around my mouth and my chin, there was already a lot of dryness that was emphasized. And with my forehead, it was a little bit dry on both sides. Thank you guys for watching my video, and I hope this helped you out in some way if you were interested in trying out this foundation. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.
I kept my pride. I held my composure. I said, sir, I'm okay. All she hit me with is come and see me for once. Come and see me for once. All